What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video. And yeah, it's been about a month since I made a video. Listen, I've been playing this every day. I've been wanting to make videos, and yes, I could have made them on some of the trials or some of the events. But I gotta say, for as much punch as it has packed since coming back from the anniversary, these last weeks for me have been a snoozer, but we finally get here to Halloween, one of my most favorite things to be happening, a favorite holiday of mine, along with in gacha games. Love when they bring out Halloween units. I'm here to talk about all the cool Halloween stuff we're going to be getting, and if I'm going to be pulling for the new unit, Elegant Temptress Lilith, because I have a couple of things to say about that. Let's get into it. Before we get started with today's video, it is sponsored by Bloodline Heroes of Lithis. This is going to be a mobile game RPG card-based system where you guys are going to be able to go in, collect champions, build up your kingdoms, but not only that, use their unique gacha gameplay, the hybrid system, to go in and take elves, demons, demigods, orcs, dwarves, lycans, dragonborns, and more, and have their marriage system where you guys are going to take their bloodlines, have them get married, have their heirs happen, and they're going to take on some of their traits, characteristics, and create one of the strongest champions that you can as you use the system. Use my QR code on the screen or my link in the description below. You guys are going to get a free starter pack worth $20, and this month is getting spooky, and Bloodline is not falling behind because they're having a Halloween event where they're introducing one of their strongest lineages yet, the bloodline called the Accursed, which is going to be a vampire clan. Starting on October 27th, you guys are going to get a free Accursed champion on the 7th day to get you guys jump started there. Bloodline Heroes of Lithis is available on iOS and Android for free, so use my QR code on the screen or my link in the description below. You guys are going to get a free starter pack worth $20, 10 energy potions, 100,000 golds, 100 diamonds, and don't forget to log in on October 27th for the Halloween event where you can get a free vampire champion. Okay, so here is the Halloween spooky event that we got from FFBE, and I've been so excited about. And sadly for me, it's going to be a disappointment. I did not want another Lilith or Lucius at all. I personally didn't like them when they first came out. I can actually remember when they first were shown, and I wasn't the biggest fans of them. I wasn't the biggest fans of, I loved Grimlord Sakura. Cardin I was okay with because he's like a werewolf, you know, that's pretty Halloween-y. Godria was an absolute... that looks somebody vomited on a unit. Draku, Laswell, Demon Rain, bring units like these back, or give me like a ghost unit or a skeleton unit or a witch unit. I just don't understand a succubus and a demon. I just don't, like, they are Halloween-y, but they're really not that Halloween-y for me. I you know what I mean? It's just no. They're like side pieces to what Halloween is to me. But anyway, I know a lot of people do like these units, and you know, I could have gone for like a pumpkin Wilhelm or a skeleton Wilhelm or something. Instead, we get Elegant Temptress Lilith, so I'm gonna have to just try to be excited about it and move on from there. So moving on down, we have Neovision Awakenables to both Lucius and Grimlord Sakura in an event. We are going to be able to get Lucius, which is cool, and they're giving us a chance to get the Vomit unit, which is Godria. I remember seeing this and being the most disappointed ever, where they finally try to mess around with Pumpkin and they just give me this. I was like, what in the world? It's not that hard. It would print money anyway. But yeah, we get that nice accessory chance again with Godria, which is going to be cool if you end up pulling Godria on the banner. So looking down at the banner, we do have one of the step-ups that have a vision card at the end, and I am someone that did not get a really nice tank vision card, and this is my chance to get one. You can either get one from getting the Lilith, the Neovision Lilith vision card of her own, or in my opinion, probably the better one, which is this Midnight one that you get from doing the step-up. So that's pretty cool, and even if I end up not going too hard for the unit, it'll depend on my luck on this banner. I do like the fact that I'll go up this step, spend a little bit of lapis, which I actually got up to 66,000, which is cool because I get to save like every week because none of these weeks mattered. I do get this vision card, which is something I've really been looking forward to, recently. Scrolling on down, we'll look at her. She is going to be a SLB unit, so super limit burst unit, which normally you kind of turn your head away from. And I was talking to Sinzar, I did a video with him if you guys didn't know, and it's normally just like immediately write the unit off. But I think this is supposed to be our Cal unit, and I don't know if they'll release one next week, maybe to go along with her. But she's going to be a tank kind of attacker with some buffs, which is kind of cool. If we look down, she does have the ability to give, let's see, where are the abilities at? Here they are, because I will talk about the discuss TMR and stuff later, but this is what really makes me excited for her. She can boost the damage. She can reduce dark resistance and convert dark damage received to HP restoration for caster, and add dark element to physical attacks for all enemies. So she has this weird thing where she's going to be messing with dark, imbue, and dark imperil, and going to give it to the enemy. So like you could force the enemy to be hitting you with dark attacks, which is something you could resist, right? Which could be cool if they're going to be doing physical attacks in that manner. Which I have done that a couple of times with Kresnik, right? So I think Kresnik does light, so that's pretty cool. Also has the ability, from what I understand, to boost up your killer abilities to Reaper, which is something that's kind of sick, which is going to go into the Cal unit discussion that we're going to talk about. A lot of this information isn't here where you can see it here, but they did do a live stream, so that's where I'm pulling a lot of it from. So she's going to be obviously usable in the COD event that we're going to be going with, and that's where I really want to see her shine. Any unit that can buff up killer abilities and like it falls into the tank category, so it can become your tank, is pretty cool. Now we do have one of the best tanks in the game that they give us for free, the little robot, and he's already EX3, so it really helps you out with getting those EX stars completed. If you're like me and don't have all your units at EX3 yet that you want to use. So that's what's going to be tough about trying to replace your tank unit with Elegant Temptress Lilith, but I do like the ability that she's going to have to do killer abilities while tanking for you. And we're going to have to see, it says boost defense and LB damage and fill LB gauge for caster. We're going to have to take a look at this LB and see exactly how strong it's going to be. It's one of those things when a new unit comes out, you're not going to be able to see how much morale-based damage that she can do until we see the numbers. But it would be awesome if she could come in, you know, have some kind of imbue, have some trickery with dark, and then also be able to boost up your killers and do damage, which is kind of weird, you know, wanting your tank to do that, but we do have mitigation here on this as well, so that would be just kind of cool to see if that can end up working out. So we do have a vision card from her. We have true Midnight Star, so it's not as weak as the normal Midnight Star. We have HP 600, attack 66, defense 220, so high HP, high defense. I think she's supposed to be a physical tank, so she's not going to be like the magic cover tank that maybe you need in sometimes. Going to get boost HP and defense by 500, restore HP and MP by 10% every turn to caster. It's pretty good for having the stats that it has on it, so you know, maybe looking at getting this. It's not something you'll want on anybody but these two units, though, because you don't get the HP and defense 500, and it's like a mace or whatever. So the sword of light or whatever it's called is a better weapon here that you guys can make, which is cool. So I don't know. This is kind of just for her, and the other weapon might end up being better anyway. And then we have Heart of the Succubus, boost HP and defense by 40%, and dark resist by 50%, and boost equipment and defense by 50% with a single weapon is equipped in both hands. Pretty good. Giving you some dark resist also on top of heavy HP and defense. I like it. It's a good TMR and for tanks. So when building up your tank, this could be something you look to. If you definitely need dark resist, it'll be in there. And even if you don't need the dark resist on a tank, if you need the dark resist on a unit, you know, you need them to get tanky and they do and you're facing dark damage, this could be very important. So I think it's pretty good and something I definitely want to get my hands on. That's it for this side, I think, because yeah, they're going to talk about the other stuff. Moving on, they do have a event going on, One Cut of the Undead. And yeah, so like I said, you guys are going to be able to get your hands on a Lucius here if you guys didn't have enough of him. Get some fragments, try to get his NVA up. And then we're going to go through here, Chainsaw Whip Plus. It's a two-handed weapon, 180 attack. Boost physical damage against Reapers by 50%. And boost equipment attack by 70% with single wielding something in both hands. So it's a whip, which kind of sucks. It's hard to use whips, you know. But having the Reaper buff up along with the attack up for true double hand is kind of cool. So this item isn't, it's just, I love that it's a chainsaw. It's like whipped around. It's like a chainsaw whip. Duh. But it's gonna be decent, I guess. It's gonna have uses. I don't know. If you didn't see that it was a whip, this stuff seems pretty good, but then it's a whip, so it's tough. Glorious Headpiece Plus, getting a little bit of an upgrade. Activate Glorious Headpiece Plus, fill LB gauge by 500 every turn, and boost attack by 100% when equipped with Fist, and defense by 100% when equipped with a Mace. So this could be excellent if we're trying to do damage with the new Lilith. Throw that on her, get some more defense, and get a little bit of attack. And like I said, if she does do damage, maybe that'll work. But you probably end up wanting to put an actual tanky item on her anyway. Hygienic Coat, HP 2000, nullify disease and stone, remove some status effects from all enemies, so you get like a dispel gun that you can put on somebody. Listen, if you're out there looking for a high HP chest piece, I guess this is for you. I think I'd also want some defense or some spirit or something if I was really going for the HP though. But I guess sometimes you just have to live through an attack, and maybe that's good for you. I don't know. Rugged Boots, defense plus 40, nullify paralysis, activate survival instincts, boost HP and defense by 30%. Not so good. Not the best in the world. And then obviously, you know, you'll be able to grind with different units there. And here's the Clash of Wills event and why I was talking about Lilith this way. We have Reaper and Stone, and I can't remember. You guys can let me know in the comments below. We'll see when she comes out how much she buffs. But she might actually buff against Reaper and Stone killers, which would be kind of nuts. And the unit is weak to dark, water, and light. And it says it uses earth, dark, and non-elemental physical and magic attacks. So we are going to have to be a little bit beefy for the Crumbler. The Crumbler, look how Halloweeny the Crumbler is. Kind of looks like actual just coming out of the woodworks there. I guess they didn't really base this on Halloween, even though it was coming out during it. Uses attacks that inflict stone, charm, and instant KO. So we're going to have to look out for that. Obviously, Sylvie takes care of this charm stuff because she's resists, and then she just heals it off everybody pretty easily. Boosts its own parameters. Changes behavior if dealt dark, water, or light damage. So, obviously, weak to all three of these. Unsure if we're going to have to, like, maybe if you deal dark damage, it acts a certain way, and it's a way that you want to deal with. It might change the way it attacks you depending on what way you attack it. I'm hoping that we can go the light route, and the reason I say that is I want to use my Tsukiko, so that's why I hope the light route isn't too hard to take on. And then they talked about there's a new items for you guys to get your hands on here, kind of like an attack item that's kind of defense oriented, but also fills your morale gauge at the beginning of battle, which is always a cool thing to get your hands on. And there's going to be a new season, so you guys are going to be able to go in and get some units with the other currency. Now, I'm not sure if it shows it in here, and I might just be skipping over it, but I thought I saw Sky in there, and man, do I want to get my Sky EX3. Yeah, these. So, yeah, Sky. So, like, I actually want to, I'll probably spend on these, and then obviously there might be a cool, TMR materia that you want to get your hands on too, but like that Sky is where I'm going when I collect that stuff there. Looking at the vision cards, like I said, we have this is the one you get from her if you just get it from her, not from her step up. We get a lot of HP and defense. You can see here a lot of stats here, and even down here we get stats. It's for FFBE unit only. We get those HP and defense stats. We have boost physical and magic damage against demon stones and reapers, and then we have boost HP and defense. So this is just a tanky that gives you a little bit of killers, which I'm unsure about this, which is what's making me think she's actually going to do some damage, is because they're putting this stuff in her vision card, but I'm not sure. However, I need this so bad. I need a tanky vision card that's good, and I want to be excited about it. And then this is the one you get from the step up. Kind of the same deal, right? We have level 1, HP 500, defense 50. We just get HP 1000 here, and then we get defense spirit 120 at the end. They get HP 1000 and the defense 100. So you get a little bit more on the spirit side here, and then you get actually boost defense and boost spirit by 500, you know, the different levels, and equipment defense and equipment spirit. So that's kind of cool that you can go either way with this card, either on a spirit magic cover tank or defense, or if you have one that does both, this is what card would be for you. And then at the end, again, they have this stuff where it boosts physical and magic damage against reapers and stone monsters by 100%, but it also boosts earth and dark resist by 50%, which is huge when trying to build up your thing. So that's why I'm definitely getting this card. I just needed, like I said, need a tank card, and this card has a lot of stuff and value for it, so that's what we're going to be going with there. Scrolling on down, we have the these two upgrades to Sakura and Nickel. I don't know if any of them really matter, especially since we have to be spending crowns on them, and you know, I can look into it. I have looked into it. I didn't see anything too crazy. Like, obviously you can have fun with the units. This happens all the time, but nothing here is like meta breaking. And for me, like I've talked about with you guys before, I'm not really going over that too much. The big news is they announced on the live stream they will no longer be doing the step ups for the intrinsic abilities like they did for Napi. They heard they probably didn't sell well at all, and they heard us all complain about it. So not doing that anymore. So Cardin is getting one in here for Gil, and we're gonna be able to craft it with the crowns and the crystals. And this could actually make Cardin pretty good. We're gonna have to see how it actually works out, but getting the killer buffs on him by 100%, boost damage of certain abilities. We're gonna have to see what the certain ability damages are up, but giving you 1,000 attack and 80%, this could make him come right back and be meta relevant for the people who love Cardin out there. And you ain't gotta spend Lapis to get it. It's Gil and then the other stuff. And they said moving forward, they're gonna find other ways for us to obtain these. Like, just keep putting them in here like this. I don't know why there has to be other ways. The crown and the crystals are used in other ways. So they're, you know, other ways than intrinsic abilities is what I mean. Like we just saw with the ability upgrades. So I feel like that's more than enough of a hamper to put on us, and to not just go willy-nilly and just making all these intrinsic abilities, because you want to save your crowns, you want to use your crystals for cactuar. So I don't know. I don't think they need to be making anything weird there with that at all. I normally don't go through these because these are just like, oh, this is a cool item though. The protective pendant, you get evade on it. Might be good if you guys are still working on evade builds, which isn't too bad. And then let's see what else. They have special bundles here. Protective pendant, I don't know. Again, it'll be up to you if you guys want to go for this stuff. They just talk about the different Hill of Fortune, like I don't think they have Fountain of Lapis going on the drain list. I don't think so, but you have to look at the Halloween bundles and see if you guys want them. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go with that, because Nier will be coming up. I want to have enough Lapis for that, but I will be doing the step up for Lilith. And we'll see how she kind of works out. Hopefully the killers are good enough to really incite people, but other than that, sadly, being a tank unit and being a Cal unit, it's kind of tough, because Rundra, and a physical tank unit at that, because Rundra is just so is just so good, it's impossible to replace. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I miss you guys so much. I cannot wait. I've been playing Full Metal Alchemist on the JP side. Can't wait for it to come out in global. And you know, like I said, I'm enjoying Final Fantasy. I'm still playing it every day, grinding the energy, grinding the events. I just hope it was a little bit boring for the past 3 weeks for me, and hopefully it gets exciting moving forward. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel about the Halloween units, because I want to see if you guys are on my point of view, where it should be more spooky units, you know, more traditional Halloween, and I'm kind of over these 2 units, or maybe you love these units and I'm wrong, and I don't have the insight that you guys do. Subscribe for future content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.